Thor Love and Thunder trailer just got out a few days ago and the community, aka the comic nerds, are having mixed feelings about it. Why wasn't much revealed in it? Why wasn't it long enough? And where the fuck did Gorr get a nose from? But if we put aside the nerd community and get ready, the trailer was not so amazing. I don't know what got everyone excited. The movie is PG-13, bitch. Most of the trailer looked like the What If episode of Party Thor. And that's what disappointed me the most, the vibe of the trailer. Because if you comic Thor God of Thunder padhi ho, then you will see that the creator of the comic Jason Aaron didn't use any bold and funky colors like they used in this trailer. Instead, the color palette of the comic was chosen in such a way that it sets a serious and dark tone, unlike this amusement park looking shit that we saw. From the frames of comic, it looks like all the life have been drained out of those pages. And that is what exactly happens to the people of the comic. Well, not exactly people. The creators of people, the world gods, are all fucking butchered. Not killed, butchered. Like a fist up their ass type shit. And so after this video and the upcoming videos about Gorr, you will understand this statement even more. वो fist up the ass वाली line नहीं, उससे पहले वाली line. I know it's too early to say anything about the movie because it's not out yet. I'm getting all the bad vibes just from the trailer itself. क्या पता Marvel movie में क्या क्या दिखा दे? That didn't sound right. I know Marvel is so fucking good in giving surprises, so I'm expecting this movie to prove me wrong. But once I tell you the story of the main villain of this movie, Gorr, you will understand why I don't like the fucking shitty, colorful, messy look of this trailer. And also, I'm not so sure about the background of this villain in this movie. क्या पता उन्होंने इस मूवी को PG-13 रखने के लिए इस बंदे के पास्ट के साथ क्या चुतियाप मचाया हो, just like Miss Marvel. I mean, what the fuck happened to the Jane Foster cancer story? Christian Bale, I fucking love him, don't get me wrong. But the Gorr's look they decided in this movie is fucking stupid. जिन लोगों को लग रहा है कि oh, Gorr looks badass. Who the fuck is he, by the way? Shut the fuck up and listen to me, son. You don't know shit about why he's called Gorr the God Butcher. Just take a look at this masculine, badass alien motherfucker. And now take a look at him. Even the fucking sword does not look like all black necrosword. That's some bullshit, at least in this frame. I can't complete his story in a single video because that will be a fucking disrespectful thing for his legacy. This man is a fucking legend. So I had to divide this story in 3 parts. The origin, where Gorr comes from. Second phase, the hell of Gorr. Or you can say the phase where Thor's ass get fucked multiple times in the most brutal manner possible. And the last part, final battle. More of a miracle. The origin, the past of Gorr is what makes him the perfect candidate to butcher the gods. The origin of Gorr starts with the planet with no name. It's barren, it's like a wasteland. Almost every single fucking day this planet is on the brink of starvation and death. This planet is so fucking dead that even the kids are born with an idea of what death feels like. From childhood, only after his father's death, Gorr was taught by her mother to trust in gods no matter what. कुछ ऐसा सुना सुना नहीं लग रहा? Pray to them no matter what, they are always listening and they will help them one day. So the best thing that could happen to a person that believes in God in that universe happens to her. She fucking dies protecting him from some sand tigers. This is a fucking planet where life is barely found. After some years, his wife Ara also dies from some fucking sandstorm, leaving Gorr with his only child, Agar, choose the pronunciation. It is revealed that Gorr also had daughters who died before his wife because of starvation, and later after some time his son, his last hope, also dies of starvation. And that's where all the hope and belief that Gorr had turns into infinite hatred. The whole tribe of Gorr, including his mother and wife, always believed that God will one day end their pain. The only reason Gorr was enduring all that pain and believing this fucking lie is because of his family. But once they all died, all hope was lost. He questioned his entire tribe about gods, telling them and convincing them that there is no God. They were just fooling themselves that God will one day out of nowhere come and end their misery. But the only way to end their misery on that planet was death. And the most predictable result from this squirrel came out, and he was marked as an outcast from his own tribe. He was exiled by the arrogant assholes who themselves were fucked. It was like bhakt chuti apan log andhbhakt hain. So when he is on the brink of death roaming around this God knows what planet, really, he witnessed a pair of battling gods plunge out of sky and crash nearby him. One of the god had a gold armor on and he was bleeding heavily, and he asked Gorr for help. But now since Gorr is shocked by the realization that gods do exist, and even then they didn't do a single fucking thing to protect his family, Gorr became fucking furious. And then the other god, who was wearing a black armor, gives him a sword that turns into an amorphous mass of living darkness, just like symbiote from Venom, and gets itself bonded to Gorr, transforming into a weapon called the necrosword. That is the signature and deadly weapon of Gorr. This sword is made up of same matter from which symbiote generates. And no, Carnage generates from symbiote, not this sword, as an offspring. The original owner of this sword was Null with a K. He was the god of all symbiotes and a neutral mass murderer. He was one of the first original dark entities that hated celestials. And यहाँ से start हुई Gorr की god butchering journey. After butchering the god in front of him, the gold armored god, Gorr ponders the question that what if there are more gods? And hence Gorr starts a journey to kill every single one of those poorly named motherfuckers. The fuck is that name? Now after listening to this theory, you must be thinking like, this is a simple fucking story. What's so special about this? You have heard this type of stories all the time, but this simple story will lead into butchering of pride, honor, and everything that the Thors hold dear to themselves. And if you think I made a mistake saying Thors instead of Thor, then fuckers, I did not stutter, because Gorr will be butchering the asses of all three generations of Thor, the past, the present, and the future, in the upcoming installment of this story, The Hell of Gorr. See you next time.